Well, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. My name's Ian. I'm your host, and I am
In freezing rain and sleet. Yes, you are.
between Taorminas. Welcome to the program where for the next half hour we'll be talking, maybe yelling, maybe screaming even.
During an ice storm.
Anthony, there you are.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, let's talk about the Detroit Lions.
We have to?
Well, there are similarities between the Detroit Lions and Ian Weatherspoon. Ladies and gentlemen, they are both losers.
Oh my God. He's been sitting on that one for a while, hasn't he?
Hey, you know Eileen's the best team in hockey right now?
Detroit Red Wings.
Nope, Dallas Stars.
No.
They sit 27-7-3.
Florida Panthers.
Dallas Stars.
Florida Panthers.
Dallas Stars.
Yeah, Red Wings.
No, Dallas Stars.
We'll take the Wings.
No, I'm taking the Stars.
Let's talk Lions instead of Stars, huh? I'd rather talk about those losers than your losers.
Are you saying my team's losers?
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're winners.
So the Lions, they played a game yesterday.
They beat your Saints and they beat the 49ers.
A week ago, they beat the Saints, unfortunately. Did anybody think they were going to maybe lose that one?
I thought they were going to lose the Saints. I really did.
I thought they were going to lose
When Prater missed that field goal?
Yeah, I thought they were going to lose the Saints.
It felt like deja vu almost.
It was interesting. But they somehow pulled it away.
Because the Saints can't stop anyone.
The Saints are even worse than the Lions this year. That being said,
Cowboys are there too.
they're pretty bad. Any thought on Sean Payton coming to coach the Lions? I kind of think it's going to happen.
I think it will happen.
I think it might happen.
Because here's a guy that needs total direct control. But did you hear about the rumbling of Martha Firestone Ford said she's going to let the new GM decide Caldwell's fate? Do you think that's BS?
No.
Why?
Because hopefully she knows that if she hires the right person will make the right decision.
Yeah, but the right person could be a person that we know and make a regrettable decision.
It could happen. But part of the Lions' problems is that they sometimes can be a little too controlling. Or they give the wrong person
Too much control.
too much control. See, here's my thing with the Lions and their new GM. If I'm a GM candidate, I wouldn't want to come to a place where I got a 90-year-old lady telling me how to run a football team. No offense to a lady or a 90-year-old, but if I'm a football person, I've spent my life working, living football, let me make my decision, let me run my team.
Like Stan Van Gundy with the Pistons.
Like Stan Van Gundy with the Pistons. Tom Gore says, here you go, you run the basketball. That's what you focus on. They need to empower somebody that they trust, that they feel has the qualifications, that they feel understands the city to make football decisions.
Yeah, but would you want to give somebody a president and CEO title? Look what they did with Dave Dombrowski.
No. There's no, it's a GM. The president is Ron Wood, or Rod Wood.
God.
Ron Wood is the guitar player for
That's
the Rolling
terrible.
Stones.
Terrible.
Well, hey,
But
hopefully that man's not making
the
football
GM's
decisions.
the GM's got to be the one that makes the power.
Are you cold?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
The GM's the one that's got to make power. He has got to be the one that makes power.
And do you not agree that he should have the ability to hire and fire a coach?
I think the owner should fire the coach first
Before the GM.
before the GM gets named. Then that means
I
he
would
totally
be fine
starts
with
from
that.
scratch.
I would be fine with that, but I think, yeah, I'd be fine with that. Because then you're not putting the burden on the new GM to fire this man.
I think because the new GM came in, like right after the coach was named, what's the relationship between the new GM and the coach? You look at how It makes more sense if the owner does.
Fires Caldwell.
Right, if that's going to be the case.
But you don't want the owner saying Caldwell has to stay.
No.
Because then that's trouble too.
Right, that's trouble too, because then
Then
what's
the GM's
point?
handcuffed with the coach.
Handcuffed with the coach. Yep.
That they don't want.
Right.
So that being said, you got Ernie Accorsi or whatever his name is helping the Lions
The same
organization.
guy that drafted John Elway to
Yeah.
the Baltimore Colts made the worst decisions. But then again, he did get Eli Manning. He was the GM over there in New York for the Giants.
And your thoughts on Eli Manning?
Terrible.
Terrible?
Terrible.
Eli Manning's
He's won
an
2
interesting
Super
case.
Bowls.
He's won 2 Super Bowls.
He's won 2 Super Bowls, yes, but here's
with a team that's not the greatest,
The Giants are a good organization.
most part, yes. You think Tom Coughlin should be fired?
no.
I don't know. I don't know.
What if Tom Coughlin coached the Lions?
That wouldn't happen. I don't want that to happen.
No.
No, he's all set in New York.
You want Sean Payton to do it because of the New Orleans side. Say it.
There's an intriguing.
Say it.
Let me tell you.
Say it. Say it.
I'll talk if you quit barking. There's an intriguing part to Sean Payton, and here's what that is. He went to New Orleans, a city that was a terrible football organization. The Saints sucked. They were the Aints. They were terrible. Never sniffed a Super Bowl. You know, never was a real threat to be good. And they're a city like Detroit in New Orleans, you know, had your hardships, had you got a fan base starving for a winner, and he came in and he had control to run the team how he wanted, and he did, and he won a Super Bowl. I think his understanding of a team and a franchise like Detroit could be a benefit. That being said, he's really kind of gone downhill since winning that Super Bowl. Right?
And that's the same in Caldwell, because, you know, both Caldwell, like when he won his Super Bowl, he went downhill with Indianapolis.
He didn't win a Super Bowl with Indianapolis. He lost to Sean Payton.
Yeah, he lost to Sean Payton. But, you know, when I look
He won as a O coordinator with the Ravens.
Right. But when I look at Indianapolis and Baltimore, they're 2 different organizations.
One name for you, Peyton Manning. That's the only reason Caldwell had success as a head coach, in my mind.
Manning.
That's it.
Yeah, you know he's being under investigation.
Yeah, he's been under investigation.
Yeah, he's under investigation.
How you like that?
I think it's interesting.
It is.
I think there's a lot more going on behind the scenes with these football players and athletes,
Oh, absolutely.
and I would not be surprised.
We'll know more about it.
We'll see. He's got a lot of money.
So, nonetheless, the Lions got the Bears next week to close out the season.
Yeah,
Lions have been successful in Chicago. What do you think?
kind of. I think the Bears will win.
You think the Bears will
I think the
win?
Bears will win. Outdoors,
I think the
Cutler's
Lions will do
better-ish.
this.
You think they're going to win?
They're going to win.
Why?
Because, one, Chicago's not good defensively, and they'll expose Chicago. Spikes back outdoors. I think if the Lions win, they don't finish in last place in the North.
That's true. Do you care about that?
Yeah, I do. Think
What?
Detroit's better than Chicago.
But don't you want a better draft pick?
Yeah.
So don't you want them to lose?
I agree with Sammy. I think the Lions will win this week over the Bears.
Should we place a bet on it?
No.
No. No, kitty cat. You want bets, you want money. I know you. You're a con
I'm hungry. I
man.
want food.
You're a con man.
You're a con artist.
You're a con man.
You're a con artist.
You're a con man.
You're a con artist.
You're a con man.
Yeah, see? We both see you're it's 2-1. You're outnumbered. You're a con man. We'll be right back with Between Taorminas on ONTV. Con man.
Today, a new creature walks among us, terrorizing innocent citizens. Until this threat can be contained, we must all be on the lookout for the dreaded digital deadwalkers.
Dude,
They're not looking out for you.
engage.
A public service safety message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, who want to keep everyone well connected
Sorry.
with strong, healthy bones.
Ah. Pick your head up.
What was that commercial
Don't
about?
be on your
Welcome
phone all the
back to
time.
What was that commercial about?
It was about being in reality.
What do you mean it's about being a reality?
Not here.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Then what's it about?
It's about you being in delusion.
I don't know about that.
Neither do I, but when you two argue and present, it's a miracle on ice.
That'll get
Miracle
called
on
out.
34th Street?
That'll get called out.
Who's going to get called out?
That commercial.
Why?
Because it doesn't make a point.
It makes a point.
It does not.
It's over your head.
You zip it.
All right. Ant, what?
We're going to talk about the college football playoff coming up. You got Michigan State versus Alabama.
Who's Alabama?
You know who Alabama
They're
is.
an elephant.
They're an elephant.
Speaking of that, I'm still upset with Michigan State over what happened to Palace.
Ooh.
That's college football, not college hoops yet.
K. Felder was close to winning that game.
Oakland's not just one player.
But his shot was close to going in at the last second.
Hey, we got college football. Of course, Oklahoma plays Clemson and Michigan State plays Alabama.
Okay, fine. Who do you think game one, Clemson, Oklahoma? Who do you got?
Baker Mayfield going to play very well in that game. Not so on Clemson's defense. You know, they got a very good quarterback. I think is it Taj Boyd?
I don't
know who it is. No,
what
it
the
used to be
heck is his
Taj Boyd.
name?
But I know what you're talking about. But I think Baker Mayfield's different. Like Oklahoma knocks off Clemson.
I agree. Game
Any-
2, the important one.
Michigan State, Bama.
Yeah. Tell me the key to the game.
Key of the game is going to be can Michigan State's front seven shut down.
David Henry.
Is it
Yeah.
David Henry?
Yeah.
Yeah, he shut him down. I think Michigan State wins that game because I'm not sold on Jay Coker's passing ability or leadership skills.
I disagree.
What do you think?
I think Alabama's defense is darn good. It's up to the O-line to take over again, like they did down in Columbus and they did against the Hawkeyes.
Michigan State's defensive line shut down Ezekiel Elliott to just only 27 yards.
I have faith in the Spartans' front seven. I think the bigger key is their offensive line because Alabama's front seven is more threatening to me.
It's more threatening, yes, but
It's the
Michigan
best
State's
they're gonna
got
face.
experience.
They do,
But
and that's why.
Alabama cannot pass the ball. One of the big things
Right.
that Alabama is they cannot pass the ball.
Right.
So I would maybe try to challenge him to throw because Alabama cannot throw, and realistically, Michigan State's secondary, although they're not as strong as in past years, they're somewhat formidable. I mean,
They're better now
what's
than they
going to
were.
happen is that Sammy's right. The defensive line is going to have to establish their will like they did against Ohio State. Now you are right, Ian, as well, that the offensive line has got to dominate the game too to help Connor Cook. But the question will be is you're right. Both of you are right. It'll come down to line play on both sides. If Michigan State wins the line battle on both sides, they're going to be just fine. And then
Do you see that happening?
do I see that happening? Yes. I think Michigan State can win that battle because Michigan State has overcome a lot of tremendous challenges. They've overcome Ohio State. They beat Michigan. They beat Iowa,
Oregon.
and they beat Oregon too. So it's not like Michigan State hasn't been battle tested. I don't think Michigan State's intimidated of Alabama. I think
No.
that Michigan State is going to go into Dallas. Both teams have experience playing in Dallas, but I think Michigan State will knock off Alabama.
The SEC this year was a little bit down. You look at Alabama's loss to Ole Miss, and then you look at who has Alabama really played. That is daunting. I know they shut down Leonard Fournette in Louisiana State,
She was struggling.
but you look at Alabama. Yeah, they got a formidable defense, but for Michigan State, I think the game plan is they got to use something very similar to the Ole Miss game plan. What Ole Miss did was they exposed Alabama's secondary. Alabama's secondary is not as good as you think. I think they'll put points up, but it's all going to come down to line play, and you were right on that. It's going to come down to line play, and if Michigan State has a chance, Connor Cook's got to get some time.
O-line's got to give them time.
Yeah.
And they got to open up the hole for the backs.
Right. For LJ Scott, for Malik
He
London.
did tremendous
and
against
also,
Iowa.
Joe Holmes.
He did tremendous against Iowa. I think Michigan State's got to control field possession, control clock possession, like they did against Iowa. Because if you keep the defense out for a long time, and Alabama's not the greatest defense in the world, so I mean, if Michigan State can control
Their
clock
front
possession,
seven sure
Front
is.
seven sure is, especially. But you don't know what their defensive coordinator psyche is, Kirby Smart, because he's going to be the next. He's the new head coach at Georgia next year, so we know where his head is at. And then of course, if the key is I think the key is Harrison Barnett. The key coordinator matchups: Harrison Barnett going up against some Lane Kiffin. I think that's
Isn't it
maybe
Harlan Barnett?
Harlan Barnett going up against Lane Kiffin. That's a great matchup right there, basic coordinators.
Lane Kiffin, for as much as I know I don't like the guy, he is in a nice fit in the O coordinator role as opposed to being a head coach. And it's going to be a tough matchup.
It'll be a tough matchup.
It should be a great game. I think the matchup of the three teams, I guess, the matchup with Alabama is somewhat favorable to Michigan State in their strengths. Right?
Right.
Got a strong O-line, strong
Right,
quarterback,
strong quarterback.
decent receivers.
Right.
McGarrett Kings needs to hold on
I
to
think
the
the
ball.
key is R.J. Sheldon in that game
Yeah.
because they're gonna put
Focus
their
on
best.
Burbridge.
They're gonna focus on Burbridge. They're gonna focus on
Kings.
Kings. So I think if R.J. Sheldon has a big game, I think he'll have a big game against Alabama.
Which he's capable of doing.
Because Alabama really, in all reality, I'm not selling their linebackers.
I think that I think the championship game you're looking at I'm thinking the championship game will be Michigan State. No offense to Oklahoma people up, but I think Clemson will beat Oklahoma. Clemson's have the chip on their shoulder.
True.
True.
But and then
They are
that favors,
undefeated.
but then that does favor Michigan State too, because Michigan State's much more physical than Clemson. I think Michigan State will dismantle. They got to get by Alabama first, and then
Which,
if they beat,
hey,
it's doable.
it's doable, but it's no easy task.
No easy task.
What would you put the odds at? I'd say it's pretty even.
Michigan State's right there where they want to be.
Yeah.
I think.
Well,
they
they're
win.
not favored according to Vegas.
They're not
but
favored, but they're
Who
right
do you
where they
think
want
wins
to be.
Michigan and Florida?
Michigan and Florida.
Yes.
You got the Gators, huh?
Yep.
Why?
Because Florida's defense is scary.
Yeah.
I got
so is
Michigan.
Michigan's defense.
Michigan's vanilla offensively though. Too vanilla.
They kind of are.
They're
I got
too
Michigan.
vanilla.
I think Michigan wins.
Yeah. That's a New Year's Day bowl, right?
Yes.
Which bowl?
Citrus.
Citrus. In where?
Orlando.
In Orlando.
I think Ohio. Who do you think wins Ohio State Notre Dame? Ohio State.
OHIO. Huh?
What do you think, Ian?
Ohio State. Yeah, no doubt.
I'll go
they're
with.
gonna run.
I'll go with Ohio State.
Yeah.
Minnesota, Central Michigan. That's tonight.
Central Michigan.
Ooh.
You got Central? Wow. Where you got?
Minnesota.
I agree with Ian. I'm going Minnesota. Western Michigan won their bowl game.
Let's see. Who's your pick? You got Oklahoma playing
already
Clemson playing
said-
Michigan State.
I already
I got
said
Michigan
Clemson.
State playing Oklahoma. And who you got?
Oh
I got
man,
Michigan
I'm always
Clemson.
scared to say these things.
Come on.
I think it's Oklahoma, MSU.
Okay.
Alrighty.
If it's Alabama, Oklahoma, that's too much burgundy on the field.
Yeah, I know.
You don't want that.
No.
That'd be ugly.
We'll be right back to Between Taorminas on ONTV. Hello, Oakland County. This is Sammy Taormina talking OA Now. In it, we'll talk various stories from ranging from the state to Oakland County teams affecting the OAA. Catch us here on OA Now.
Hello, Lake Orion. It's Anthony Taormina, co-host of Between Taorminas. I want to let you know of a new show called History Now. In it, we're going to talk about global, national, and political events that occur in our lifetime. We're going to also have guests and also have co-hosts as well, and also plenty of surprises. Catch us on History Now here on ONTV.
Welcome back.
Oh, there you go.
I'm resting.
Oh, you're resting?
Hey, last segment of 2015.
Last segment of 2015.
Yes. Make it go. College
All right.
basketball.
Let's start screaming.
College
You
basketball.
suck. You suck.
You suck.
I'm just kidding. College basketball.
Oakland almost beat the #1 ranked team in the country.
They did.
They did.
They did. Now, where were your hearts at on that one? I know where your heart was.
I was
Yeah.
torn.
Huh?
I was torn.
I was torn.
You know what? I wish Michigan had the guts to play Oakland University.
They don't have the guts.
I know they don't have the guts.
No.
Because,
Beeline.
well, here's why. I would think if Oakland was to play Michigan,
They would have
Oakland would
train
have
wrecked
killed them.
They would have.
Oakland would have murdered them.
It would have been bad.
Yes.
I already said my piece last week about how I feel about Michigan not playing Oakland and Detroit. I think that Michigan
like Bryant and what the heck?
they played Youngstown State. I shook my head in disbelief. I mean, why can't Michigan play Oakland and Detroit? They claim Michigan's reasonings is
They're corporate.
Let me
scared.
finish my point. Michigan claims that their fans would not accept losing to Oakland, and that was why that Michigan
They
would
couldn't
play
accept
Oakland.
2000 when Greg Campy's team upset Michigan at OU
Yeah, that's true. They did do
because they're
that.
corporate.
How did the fans feel when they lost to New Jersey Institute of Technology?
How would they feel about that? How would they
funny.
feel about that?
But I mean, what I don't understand is why Michigan won't play Oakland or won't play Detroit, unless they're in a position of weakness. If Oakland and Detroit have good teams like they do this year, Michigan won't play them, and I think that's ridiculous.
There's really no win. Okay, if you're Michigan, there's no win for you because if you play Oakland and you win, whatever, you were supposed to win. If you play Oakland and you lose,
Then
That's-
there's people going to be complaining.
that screws up your season.
It screws up your season.
You got to give credit to Tom Izzo, who goes out there
Yep.
every year, knows. I mean, the Palace is packed, full to the brim. And it was a great event. It was a great college basketball game. There's not a lot of great college basketball that people watch regularly in this area. And Tom Izzo
But
and
also
Mark
said the-
Hollis, and they feel that's
But you also
important.
got to give credit to Greg Campy here.
And
We
the
can-
program is built. The program
Program
that
is
he's built. I mean,
Oh, no
you look
doubt.
at Oakland's program where it was back in the Division II Oakland Pioneer days to where it is now. It's unbelievable. You have to give Coach Greg Campy a lot of
Oh,
credit.
no doubt.
You don't have those games like that without Oakland's program growing and
Oh,
growing,
yeah.
and that's a good thing.
I mean, you don't take #1 to overtime
No.
No,
and put up almost 100 on them.
Yeah.
that says a lot.
So, I mean, no, there's complete credit to Campy in Oakland. He's a
It's always-
phenomenal basketball coach.
It's always a nice thing that Oakland and Michigan State play each other every year. It's always good to play a team in state, and
And there's two really well-coached teams.
Yes.
And the coaches respect each
Right.
other.
Right.
yep. Izzo has said he hopes Campy gets into the tournament every year.
Which
It'll be
That's a
interesting with
compliment.
Oakland
They
and
could this year.
Valparaiso.
I mean,
I think if Horizon gets 2 teams in,
could.
they could.
very well could. You've got two. You've got in the Horizon League, you got 4 teams that are as capable of winning that league, and possibly 2 at-large bids. I think Oakland's got to win 1 more to solidify the at-large bid. That's what I think.
And it's all conference play from now
Yeah,
on.
that's all conference play.
So where's Valpo at then?
I think Valpo, I think they're one of the teams that gets in. I know Milwaukee had a nice win over Wisconsin.
Yes, they did.
Um,
They've got 2.
Green Bay was stoked by Wisconsin, I believe.
Yeah.
And then they got
Milwaukee's got 2 quality
Got 2
wins.
quality
They beat
wins.
Minnesota, too.
Minnesota as well. So Milwaukee, I think, has got a great chance despite having to sit out a year because of academic sanctions.
Right.
When you look at Oakland and their quality wins, they beat
Washington.
Washington.
Should have beat Georgia.
Does the committee look at this, or are they just looking at the wins and losses? Do they look at what they did to State? Do they look at what they did
They got
down
to
in
look
Georgia?
at what they did to State.
It would be
because
nice to see if they look at what they did to State, especially if State is still #1 in the country.
Which
They might not be.
They
I
might
don't
not.
think so.
But
it's
I
hard
mean,
to stay #1 all year.
right. But I mean, I would think that I would like to see the league or the NCAA committee take a look at the quality wins. I mean, here's my reasonings why, what I think why Michigan State and Oakland play every year. Oakland is a quality mid-major team, a very good mid-major team that a team like Michigan State will see in the NCAA tournament.
True.
And I think that is why Michigan State schedules Oakland every year, because Oakland is a quality mid-major team and is a team that every year they get in the NCAA tournament will pull off that type of upset. And it's a good learning experience for his kids. For Oakland, it's playing a big-time school. It's playing a
great team.
a very good team, and getting a win like that would define the season. So you look at that's why, when we talk about Michigan not playing them, Michigan, when they play, I look at Michigan playing, let's say Ohio in the NCAA tournament. Remember when Michigan played Ohio in the NCAA tournament?
They lost, yeah.
They lost.
Michigan played Ohio and they lost because Michigan severely underestimates playing quality mid-major schools.
They still do.
And Ohio at that time was a quality mid-major school.
They still do.
I remember everybody was picking Michigan. Oh, Michigan's going to beat Ohio. But, me and Sam, if you remember, we were saying that Ohio was going to upset Michigan because we saw how Ohio played, and Ohio is a quality mid-major school. That is why you play. That is why I think you play quality. That's why it's good to play quality mid-major schools, because there is no guarantee that you win. You have to go out and earn it. And whereas if you play a weaker mid-major school, you get a win, but what does that do for you in the RPI? Because I look at Michigan playing Youngstown State, Michigan playing,
Bryant,
or
Howard.
Howard. I mean, those aren't going to help you. Those aren't going to help you get better. I mean, what's the point of even playing it?
I completely agree.
I agree.
Whereas playing Oakland every year helps Michigan State, and it helps Oakland because Oakland's playing a bigger school, quality school, and
Michigan State's playing a tough major.
And you're playing, and when Oakland gets the NCAA tournament, they'll play a bigger school. So playing that type of school helps them in the prepare for the NCAA tournament.
Horizon League. You mentioned maybe 2 teams getting in.
Yes.
One team's going to get in with a win
Right.
of the division,
Right.
of the conference.
Conference.
How formidable is an opponent in Valpo?
They're formidable.
Like
lot of experience
compared to Oakland.
I like Alex Peters a lot from Valpo. He's a good player.
Valpo has a lot of
Valpo has a lot of
experience.
experience.
All their starters are back. Their bench is deep. That is they're a very, very scary team. I think that, Valpo presents a formidable challenge, but I think that if anybody can take them, it's Oakland because of the athletes that Oakland has. Valpo, they got all that experience back, but I do wonder how athletic they really are. I think Oakland might be the most athletic team in the conference, and I think that it's going to be a very, very interesting league. I mean, you can't count out Milwaukee, you can't count out Detroit, but I think Oakland and Valpo are probably the 2 best chances of getting into the NCAA tournament.
When's their matchup? First matchup?
I think
They play January, I think 8th.
Here or there?
It'll be here at the
Nice.
Blacktop.
Nice.
And then, but that's going to be a very big game.
Happy New Year to you, Ian.
Happy New Year to you as well.
Happy New Year. Ian.
Happy New Year, Ann.
Happy New Year, Ian. Excited for 2016?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Another great year.
We'll see what happens.
Let's go pop those bottles.
Yep.
Hey, and if you're driving outside, stay safe.
Be careful.
Be careful, stay safe, everybody.
Yep. See you next year, folks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.